Well, hello, hello, my fellow sensitive people. It is I, your very favorite Oracle Whimsy, here to give you another update after coming out of my wonderful bath. Yes, I wanted to say a couple of things. First off, I'm probably advised not to leave my apartments at this time as the police are in a standoff at PSU. And yes, I fear for my life, quite frankly. So I'm staying put. Yes, I'm not going anywhere until all of the crazy is dissipated. It's just about 5-10 minutes from my house. The other thing I would say is that after meditating today in my bath, it dawns on me that Russia is now officially bankrupted. This is something that we anticipated was going to happen, which was that the West was going to financially bankrupt the East, that these were trade wars and that it would be economically difficult during the trade war. And as long as the trade wars are happening, it's going to be harder and harder to make ends meet because everybody is sanctioning everybody else. But as we had mentioned in previous remotes last year, when we went in and looked at the Akashic field for the Russian military, we found that their budget was extremely low, and we anticipated that they were going to fire Prigozhin because Prigozhin was too expensive. And in fact, they fired Prigozhin and assassinated Prigozhin, who turned around and made a deal with MI6. So that should have been a heads up to everybody about just how serious the economic situation was for Russia at the time that they fired Prigozhin, that they could no longer afford the luxury of an expensive private army, and instead they had to reduce to just soldiers who were making 200 rubles a month. And that meant more pressure on the Russian people who were being forced to give in to the draft. Now we're seeing, as we had anticipated, more and more riots taking place as children begin to graduate from high school and are being called up to report to the Russian army. They are beginning to protest the draft notices. And as I had mentioned in those remotes, it will escalate the closer we get to graduation. I went ahead and I showed that. I linked that film footage of the protest for all of you in the community section of my channel. So I basically anticipate that Russia is bankrupted, that they ran out of money, that there's no money left. This is one of the reasons why Putin is arresting anybody and everybody and looking for somebody to blame for the fact that Russia has no money. Russia has no money and no intellectuals and is bankrupted because of Putin's inability to manage his country. And I anticipate a huge rift, and we could be looking at two separate Russias as civil war begins to break out in Russia and surrounding areas. All right, expect more civil war, more unrest in Russia. Expect two factions. New leadership will begin to emerge to replace Navalny. And this will become a movement that may force Putin and his cronies to flee and isolate themselves into another area of Russia. They may then have to negotiate a retirement settlement for him. That could be the final outcome. Him protected by a handful of guards, negotiating some kind of retirement that does not involve him being arrested or handed over to the West. All right, thank you everybody for watching. If you're trying to get in for a tarot reading with me, you can find the information below. If you're waiting for me to get out your herbs, I don't know if I can leave my house right now, so I'm gonna just check the news, and hopefully I'll be able to go down to PSU and mail people's herbs at the post offices. All right, UPS. All right, thanks everyone. Bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share. Thank you.